Hi everyone, I'm Bryan, and I'm the Artistic and Executive Director at Aeolian Hall.
And I'm Bryan Gloyd. I'm the Jazz Curator at Aeolian Hall. And plus some other things, yes. Bookkeeping.
That's like the least thing that you do. Okay. Anyway, we're so pleased to be able to chat with you again by our roaring fire.
Yes.
We're getting ready for winter COVID. So we're getting lots of things in our pantry, our wine cellar. There's firewood. We're just getting ready to be very nurturing, and I think this year we're going to probably over decorate for Christmas, right?
You know, I walked past peppermint ice cream today at the store, and candy canes. They're all out. Christmas cards are out.
You didn't buy any?
I did not buy any. Today I had some intestinal fortitude to resist. That won't last long, but I just want to tell you it's out there. So, Christmas is close.
Intestinal fortitude?
Yeah.
Okay.
Courage.
Okay. Courage. Yeah. All right. So we want to just say that we're so pleased to announce that our Phoenix sessions continue. And in November, we have quite a lineup. So we're going to start out with Serena Haggerty and Connor Morand, and they're together in a concert. And then we have the Great Lakes Swimmers. Who else do we have?
We have Gina Ferrugia and Peter Carl.
Right.
And
Celtic Rock.
Enter the Haggis
Yes.
to finish off the month in November. So we have 4 great shows.
And for those of you who subscribed already, you're going to need to resubscribe because we did that one concert in October. So once we get it done this time, it will continue to roll over for you. So for $20 a month, you get these amazing 4 concerts and maybe a few bonuses. There'll be surprises though. And this sound system, I mean, my goodness, it's just amazing, that new sound system.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about those speakers, and I'm so glad Christophe made that call to go with a Canadian company. That was brilliant. Production is doing really well. The El Sistema kids are really happy making music again, and I'm so excited that they're planning some virtual performances for the Christmas season, and they have something to work towards. And something new is that we have our Pride Men's Chorus going again. And so the guys have been wanting to get started and have some direction. Of course, the worst thing you can do right now is sing in a choir in terms of spreading COVID, so we're not doing that. But we've opened a Google Classroom, and we've had a Google Meet, and we're doing trivia online, and we're going to be working towards some recording projects. So virtual choir, it's going to be quite a mind map to put that together, but we're hoping that we can do a great job with that.
So quite a December coming up too. A full December.
Yeah, very full. Yeah. I'm so excited about the Christmas Carol, that we get to do that piece, because it's a tradition for Aeolian, right? To have
John Huston is quite amazing at this, and just to remember the script for that of such a long presentation is amazing to me. But he's wonderful. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, this is a must see. Up there with Fireside Owl on CBC Radio, John Huston doing Christmas Carol in December. Plus, what else is on December too? We should just run down the list.
I thought we just did. Oh, maybe not everything. Okay, let me just check. I've got a list here. So we have Dan Long, and that's on December 4th. A budding classical pianist is going to do a seasonal program. And then
Dan Needles back with a new show. I found out just today he's putting a new show together.
Wow.
A Wingfield series show will be very funny.
So going to have any COVID content?
We'll see. We'll see. He's keeping it under wraps, but it's some new writing, so it'll be fun.
It's so funny. So that's December 11th. And then we have Andrea Ramallo coming. So that'll be December 18th. and the Christmas Carol is December 24th. So
Perfect.
yeah,
Christmas Eve.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we wouldn't normally do it with that, like that
We'd all be too
timely,
busy.
because it would have been in person and people, Christmas Eve.
This is perfect.
Yeah, so it'll be a nice way to curl up by the fire and enjoy a bit of rum and eggnog maybe, or something like that. One of the things that I wanted to do was just take a few minutes to talk about our volunteers. So we have this amazing group of people that have volunteered at the hall, and they do everything. They literally do everything. They work in the office, they help with production, they run events basically, and at the El Sistema program, they're there cooking dinners, and not right now, but normally, and in the classrooms. And then we've got them as well with Pride Men's Chorus. We've got volunteers helping to shepherd that. Wonderful committee. But specifically, I wanted to sort of talk about the Aeolian Board of Directors, because they're kind of in the background, and we don't always talk about them, and I think enough. We don't talk enough about them. So, Paul.
Where are you going to start? Paul Cooper, board chair. Paul's very capable. Board chair leads the meetings, helps establish a direction, keeps everything on the rails.
He's quite the pianist.
Quite the pianist, yes.
And quite the organist.
Yes, yes.
And you guys have jammed together recently, organ and piano. Paul was
preparing for our European tour. Yeah.
Paul is a neurologist at UH and was the head of neurology for many years, and has been the chair of many boards. So very great leader for us in terms of understanding the architecture of an organization. And then we have Darryl Fabiani.
Which way around the table do you want to go?
Yeah, Darryl Fabiani. So Darryl is the owner and partner in DNS Pianos. He's the D. And he is the guy who picks up these used pianos for us and delivers them to the homes of the kids. He's very passionate about the Aeolian and loves music so much. Basically a real doer. Darryl did a degree in music and played football, like semi-professionally or professionally. Yeah,
at Western.
At Western, and then he went out west as well, and I forget which team. I'm not good at football, sorry. But yeah, he's got that interesting cross between sports and the arts, right? It can happen. I'm also an example of that. I was very supportive in my day.
Jack Malkin.
Jack is a businessman here in London and brings a lot of community connections. He's been the chair of the Multicultural Community Association and works with very diverse groups in town. Loves the community aspect of the Aeolian and has been on the board for many, many years.
You're good at this. I'm going to throw you another name, Helen Johnson.
So
he knows them.
Midwifery of Ontario, so kind of the founder of that, and Lana is like crazy about music, just like loves it to death, and even does house concerts, she and her husband, but has chaired many boards, and is known as a really generous person in our community who's always at fundraisers for so many different charities with her husband, Chris Collins, from Siskins. So that's Alana. Who else?
Sue Sonya.
Sue Sonya is a relatively new board member, lives in the Old East Village, and has Indigenous roots, and brings a combination of the local community for the Aeolian and the Indigenous perspective to our board, which is very important to you and I, because we had an Indigenous wedding, right? With Dan and Mary Lou Smoke, and also a private ceremony with Buffy St. Marie, plus the City Hall thing with a certain mayor who wanted his picture taken with us.
Right, I remember that. We have the picture. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
And there was one on the tip of my tongue. Luke Bayless.
Luke is very young, like to me anyway. He's very young. He's
Imagine
in
how I
his
feel.
20s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's working for Scotia McLeod, so finance, investment background, and very philanthropic minded. I remember once he recommended this incredible book to read about, life and meaning to me, and I thought, oh, this guy's thinking big picture. He should be out there serving the community, and he really wanted to, and he is. So I'm excited.
Sandy Kaplan.
Sandy Kaplan. Oh my goodness. Sandy and her husband are like pillars of the London community. Sandy is well known for her connection to Wellspring, the London hospital boards, like all kinds of things. And has written books. It's just she's a fireball, and so passionate about the Aeolian. Her mother, I knew her mother really well, Sylvia Novak. So they ran Novak's downtown, Sandy and her husband. And anyway, Sylvia taught music at Western and was at the conservatory as well. And I actually taught with her in the mid 90s. So that's Sandy Kaplan.
Newer people, Vimla Harry.
Vimla Harry. So Vimla is a longtime volunteer for the Aeolian, and she was the chair of the board for Sunfest for I think nearly 15 years. Looked after all the volunteers in that organization around festival time. And she and her husband Bob was our treasurer for I don't know a decade, practically, and they travel all over the world to go to music festivals. They're just crazy about all kinds of music, like every single genre they are into. They actually went to Mexico recently before COVID and went into these remote villages to hear some of the folk music. Amazing people.
Degwen
Diop. Yeah, so Degwen is a new member, and she is of African descent, and she and her husband works at Western. He's in research and teaches there, and Degwen is a resource teacher for the French school system. French is first language, and she brings this passion for education and diversity to our board. She's Black, and we are very, very pleased to have somebody to represent a facet of the Black community here, considering the times we live in. As well with Sandy and Jack, they're from the Jewish community, so very, very diverse. Have we forgotten anybody?
One more newest member, Mike Hansen.
Mike Hansen. So Mike is again comes from our volunteer role, helping out with everything and anything in the last while, and he has a software development company, and has really been looking at helping us with our communications and technical stuff. So being able to get our ducks lined up in the back end will be something he'll be able to offer the organization. So we're pretty balanced out with male and female, and we've touched on some very diverse communities. Of course, we have the LGBTQ community at the table with myself and Paul Cooper as well. But we hope to broaden that diversity over time. Really it's the thing right now to be looking at how we can embrace diversity and not just tolerate it, and to figure out ways to make Canada the most welcoming place for everyone. So that's the board of directors at Aeolian Hall.
That's all 9 of them. We got them all.
We
I
did.
just wanted to check the list. I did not want to miss anybody, but we got.
And I want to thank them for this incredible volunteer work that they do. It's I get to get out and be seen more often, but there's this council that I have that is always there to offer advice and to give direction and make sure that we're doing due diligence. And they're remarkable people. The people who volunteer in our community. Imagine our community without volunteerism. Imagine our community without nonprofits. the vulnerable would all slip through the cracks. And we would have no real arts, right? Like it's a time to really lift ourselves up, lift up the community. It's a challenging time.
So lots on the go. The asphalt's down on Dundas Street in front of the hall, I
It
believe.
is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Looks like they
didn't look.
do 2 passes. The first one went down the other day. that I
Okay.
saw, so yeah.
So are we ready to dust yet?
Not quite.
So that's going to be a big thing for us.
Get your dust mops ready.
Dust
though.
party.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
So
I saw Christoph, our sound technician, up not too long ago, vacuuming the beams in the ceiling of the hall. He's on scaffolding.
I was going to talk to somebody about that. I was worried about the dust on those beams. Yeah.
Crazy. So I think that's it for now, eh?
I think
Okay,
we
so
covered it.
till the next time, thanks again for your support.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for your passion for our vision, and we look forward to sharing more with you next week. Take care.
Stay safe.